Hi, this is Linda Shea with drillingcontractor.org. I'm at the Maersk training facility in Svendborg, Denmark, where the state-of-the-art MOSAIC II training simulator complex was inaugurated in late October. Drilling contractor toured the MOSAIC II earlier this month. The 1,200 square meter offshore training complex is a $10 million investment featuring 6 simulators, including 2 pipe handling and well control simulators, 1 rig control room simulator, 1 engine room simulator, and 2 crane simulators, which can all be linked together to provide a comprehensive well control scenario for training purposes.
Well, the MOSAIC II is our latest extension to the training facilities we have here in Svendborg, and this facility has been here since '78. So this is the latest expansion of training facilities, simulator-based training facilities, where we do everything from crane operations, anchor handlings, engine overhaul, and now also an extensive and very, very sophisticated drilling simulation. What it means to us is that this is indeed what will assist us and enable us to raise the competences of our crews and to make ready for the growth of Maersk drilling, but also to make ready for what is in the industry called the big crew change. What led us to the investment now and the expansion was the Macondo incident. Like any other responsible driller and operator out there, we sat down and reviewed everything we did, and well, one of the main conclusions were, I think, fundamentally also understood in the industry, competence of people and behavior of people. And what we found was that we needed training facilities that could simulate the worst conditions and the disastrous events and do so team-based, real time, real noise, real activity, movements, and team-based. And the decision was taken post-Macondo to do this facility, and we just had the grand opening a few days ago. It's been taking a while to program all the computers to actually facilitate that we can do the sophisticated stuff here. Well, first and foremost, in the beginning here, the simulator is programmed for our latest rigs. So the D-rigs, what we call the D-rigs, our deep-water, ultra-deep-water semi-subs, the new drill ships that we have on order that is being built now at Samsung, and the XLEs, the very big jackups that we are building in Keppel Fells. But in practice, actually, as we go along, the simulator will be programmable to even simulate some of our more experienced rigs out there. We've just upgraded 2 of our oldest rigs, so they are actually now having a driller's cabin and drilling facilities that is very, very close to the newer rigs. So in theory, we are going to put people through team-based, well-controlled training, well-controlled situations where they will feel that the rig is exactly what they're sitting with in their day-to-day lives. In fact, one of the drillers were commenting in the pilot run that what we have constructed as the driller's cabin, that if there had been a crack in the window, it would have been like the real stuff. And that's what it's all about, the real-time, realistic situations.
What we see here is that they come in here as a team. We drag them away from their normal environment, and they can practice on the simulator, and we can record what they're doing, how they communicate. There is an instructor that's overviewing the whole lot, and we sort of also have the human part of it. We have an instructor also looking at that part, how they communicate, how the leaders are leading their teams in well-controlled situations. If there is mistakes, we can reset the computer or the simulator and then start it all over again until that they have it in their backbone and they go out in their normal day-to-day environment. And it's very similar because we can put the software in that fits our rigs, so they will feel exactly as being out in the sea. The best part of this is that we can reset the simulator if there is mistakes happening.
Will the simulators be rig specific for all of your deep water assets?
The simulator is built in that way that we have boxes with software. So we build jackup rigs in Singapore, we build drill ships in Korea, and there is specific boxes with software that we simply take out and put in. So if there is a team from the jackup rig coming here, we have the software in the chairs, in the operator's chairs. That is like it would be on an XLE rig, a jackup rig. Then the next team could be from a deep water rig. We change out the boxes, put the software in from drill ships, and then they will play with it as if they want water drill ship. So we have the capability to make it rig specific, and we cover both the jackups and the deep water semis.
A centerpiece of MOSAIC II is the dome-based drilling simulator with pipe handling and well control training capabilities. The dome offers a 180-degree side view and 90-degree vertical view to provide a realistic training experience. It is equipped to perform well-controlled downhole simulations with 3D graphics. So I understand you invited some of your customers to the inauguration event not too long ago. What have been their reactions to the simulator, to the training facility?
I have to say, extremely positive. It's been an overwhelming welcome, actually. I mean, we did it initially, as I said, as a well-controlled simulation, well-controlled preparation, and crew competence. And we have certainly found that as we developed the simulator, we have paid a lot of attention to the downhole simulation. So not only the drilling and the well control, but actually also simulating downhole situations and how we're drilling through the reservoirs. And so the customers, they saw the potential in that, and we were fortunate enough to have customers traveling to Little Svendborg in Denmark from Houston, from Norway, from the UK, and we have more customer engagements coming up. But we see here that the good old drill well on paper will be replaced by a drill well on simulator. And I think our customers and we alike saw the potential in that. And we actually, I'll not mention any names here, but we have already the first couple of joint sessions scheduled between the customers, well engineering people and what do you call it, company men and well site managers, together with the drill crews and our rig managers, to run through the programs and to play with it. Say, okay, if our estimation of the reservoirs is a little bit off, what does that lead to, and what can the situation be, and how will the crew then react in such a situation?
Another brand new simulator at the Svendborg facility is the Rig Control Room simulator that is mounted on a motion platform. It can be used for ballast control and stability training, training for rig move operations, and training for dynamic positioning with riser management. During Drilling Contractors Tour, the Maersk team provided a demonstration of the simulator's capabilities.
So this would be a minimum air gap. We would do the pre-tensioning, and during the pre-tensioning we could find ourselves in a scenario as the one when I ordered him to give the punch through. And of course the participant is not aware of that there's a punch through coming. That's the whole idea. Okay, you can introduce punch through. I'll be ready to.
Yeah, okay, I'll introduce punch through. You ready?
Ready. And now this will of course put anyone out of their comfort zone if it comes unexpected. If you're focused about your task and you're doing a good job, by the way, and then all of a sudden this happens. And now we can start to train behavior, act correct in these kind of situations.
The MOSAIC II complex is located at Maersk Training's Svendborg facility in Denmark, the largest of the company's 9 training centers worldwide. Other locations include Dubai, Esbjerg, Rio de Janeiro, and Aberdeen.
So here in Maersk Training Svendborg, we offer more than 100 course titles. We have approximately 50 or 30 instructors internally and external. We have 7,000 course participants coming here every year, giving 25,000 course days. We are offering courses within the maritime department, safety and security, oil and gas, people skills and crane department. We have in 2010 opened the MOSAIC I simulation center, offshore simulation center, and we have with this new addition, MOSAIC II, here in 2012, got an addition of several simulators. That is a Drilling System 6000 dome simulator. We have engine room simulation, crane simulation, DP simulation. We have a rig control room simulation mounted on a motion platform, emergency control room. In the end of the day, it's all about safety. It's safety for the people working in the oil and gas industry. It's safety for the sensitive environment we are working in, and it's safety for all the companies and the heavy investment they are doing.
Looking to the future, Maersk Drilling believes that team-based and simulation-based training is likely to play a much bigger role in the drilling industry going forward.
We believe the team-based simulation will take over. Maybe not fully from the individual well control certificate. I mean, people still have their certificate, and we of course will work towards the simulator being accredited in full scale to issue individual certificates. But actually, we as a contractor would do our utmost to get all our teams through team-based well control situation, and it is very behavioral. So we will actually at a well control training session, we will have the specialists, the well control guys that are watching what are people doing, how are they reacting to all the instrumentation, all the warnings, all the fluids and the meters and so on. But we will also have a behavioral expert watching how does the team work together from a distance. You can see like a room like this, they will be outside, it will be cameras, and afterwards they will play that to the crew and said, okay, so what did the tool pusher do? What did the driller do? Who took the leading role? Who was supposed to take the leading role? And how did they actually communicate together and react together? And who raised their hand if there was a situation, and notably who did not? And we think drilling this into people so that they are familiar with it and not afraid of it when they come out on the rig floor will create a huge difference.
At the recent IADC annual general meeting, there was one industry veteran who stood up and said that he urged the attendees to look at training not as a cost but as more of an investment in people. And he said that it's a shame that too often when any budget has to be cut, it turns out to be the training budget. So in your organization, how do you balance the need to manage costs and the need to invest in people?
It's not different in our organization than anybody else's, that there's always a focus on cost, there's always a focus on increasing productivity and efficiency of the company. There's always a drive for higher margins. And as cost is escalating in the industry, of course, there's a lot of pressure on cost you can control. I would say, fortunately, I have a leadership team that is good at convincing me that training is indeed for building competence, and training will provide both profits and margins and will deliver the results going forward. And yes, now and again, of course, we are also looking at our training costs, but I dare to say that on a relative terms, we probably have some of the highest in the industry, and we think that is a good investment, and we do take it as an investment in people. It's correct, you find a situation where it's cut, and you only see the impact later, and we would very much do an effort to avoid that impact and actually continue raising the competence level of our people.
We are running what we call on-the-job training, on-the-job assessment. So we have a system on board our units where we assess the crews that is already in our portfolio, and by that we can recognize the people that is ready for promotion. And once we see that they are ready for promotion, we can actually ask them to come down here, and we can develop their skills down here. So an assistant driller, for example, working on a rig, he can come down here and practice the driller position, and by that he's more ready to go back out and take up a position as driller. It's not going forward. We are in big competition, and we need, as you said, we need the right people for the complex job in the deep water. But for sure, this MOSAIC II will assist us big deal in ensuring this competency. And then once they get back out, they will go into our assessment system on board and be signed off by the competent person that is in charge of the assessment.
So Maersk Drilling has been at the forefront of technology such as automation on drilling rigs, and now you're taking drilling simulation to the next level with this facility. So what is next on the project calendar for you?
Well, I think Maersk Drilling is growing. We have clearly stated to the market that we are growing in the harsh environment jackups and the ultra deep water floater segment, and I think the growth is very much on the agenda. So we have, if you exclude some of the land rig and barge drilling we are doing, then we have 16 rigs today. We are building 7, so that's a huge growth, and we have an ambition of being, as we have stated, sort of in the 5-year period, a 30 rig contractor. So we have more growth to be done, subject of course to market conditions and all that. So I think our first and foremost, it is taking advantage of the technology, of the new sophisticated rigs that we're putting out there, taking advantage of the simulation facilities and abilities that we have, and then first and foremost, that's what we're going to focus on. Secondly, I think what a lot of people is talking about, and we are also into, how do you better improve the connection between the information that flows from the downhole situation, how do you connect that to the drilling operations real time? How do you react faster? How do you use it constructively between all the service people, contractors, operators that is involved? And I think if there is a next project, that's probably where our focus will lie. So you could say a lot of effort has gone into the steel, the machine part, the automation part. A lot of effort now goes into the competence part, also because the industry have to raise more people in general, and we certainly are taking our part of that responsibility, and hope that the rest of the contractor community is doing the same. So eventually the next step will be how do we chain all that together, and how do we then get better at using the downhole information and the cooperation between the different entities that are on board a drilling rig.